Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, and today we have your weekly replay video, live reaction replay video, meaning that I am sitting down and watching this with you guys for the very first time. And today we have a replay from one Simple, a resident member of T3, one of the clans for the community. If you want to join TSOF or any of our family member of if you want to join one of our clans. It's quite late and my brain isn't working fully when I'm recording this, but yeah, if you want to join one of our clans, you can check out the link down below. We have clans for competitive minded people, clans for people that just want to learn, and more chill clans. So whatever you want, we probably have a clan for it, so you can check out that link down below. But in the email that Simple sent with this replay, he simply said, you're going to want to see this. So, here we are, seeing this together for the very first time. Now, he is driving one Karl XIV Johan, the Tier 9 Pan-Euro Premium Battleship, one of my more favorite premium ships in the game. The Karl XIV Johann is a very interesting ship, as you can tell. It's pretty much a Ruprecht, the Tier 9 German battlecruiser, with some changes to it. Instead of having the larger caliber guns for her main battery guns, she instead has 3x4 of Aegir's guns, her 305mm guns. Which you might think, okay, having 12 of Aegir's guns is pretty alright, although relatively small caliber for a battleship, and that is true. But on top of that, she has secondaries that are quite good, and as you can see, torpedoes. Not any torpedoes, 13.5 kilometer Pan-Euro torps that reload quite quickly, and as you can see, swimming through the water, go quite fast. I believe they're in the 80 knot range, depending upon how you want to build it. Yeah, 86 knots. So they're far easier to get hits with than, more normal torpedoes that travel slower, but of course they do less damage when they do, hit. And that's where the beauty of the Karl XIV comes into play. This is a damage over time battleship instead of, the more alpha strike battleships that you know and love. So as you can see here, Simple is spamming HE at whatever it is that he's shooting. So eventually that will start a fire and, the ship will burn. And what I like to do, and what many others like to do with the Karl XIV, is either you set the ship on fire, cause them to burn, or hit him with a torpedo, cause him to flood, and then you hit him with one or the other again. So like with flooding, most players will instantly put out flooding. And that's not hard to do with these torpedoes, given how easy it is to get them on target. So after they put out that single instance of flooding, you then throw your main battery shells at them, or you get within secondary range and let your secondary start chewing on them and setting fires. Good hit there on the Palmer, though, so you swapped over to AP. The AP on the Karl XIV is quite good, as it is, Aegir's guns. So, yeah, when you do have a broadside target, you should definitely be shooting AP at it. But in most cases, you will be spamming HE with the Karl XIV here. So, it's a very lovely ship. Also, it's quite stealthy. As you can see, its detection range is just on the edge of its secondary range, which is 10 kilometers. So, pretty much when you're detected, whatever is detecting you is within secondary range. That's very nice. Speaking of secondary range and detection range, here's a Bliskovika. Throw some AP into his face because that's what he had loaded at the time. Does get a couple of pins and an overpin on the Bliskovika. That is going to be a Charles 43 going down here already, along with one of the destroyers for the team. But they do manage to get the trade with the Bliskovika. What did he went down? The Z-23 went down. Hello, North Carolina. How you doing? How you doing? He does have Brisk on his commander build. I don't know exactly what his commander build is, although it does look like it is a secondary build. And he has Brisk. So that's interesting. I mean, yeah, the ship that has 10 kilometer detection makes sense to take Brisk. Does get an instance of fire on that Charles 43. Palmer and his Charles 43 are moving down together as one unit. He's eyeing them up with his torpedoes, but he decides to hold because it looks like the Charles 43 is taking a hard turn, and yeah, Palmer is following him. Friendly team does have, never mind, they do have the B cap, but they just lost a Sims to a Lightning. And it does look like the points are reversed. It's, our most favorite replay glitch right now. So the friendly team's points are actually the red team's points, and the red team's points are actually the green team's points. So just flip the points around. That's what's going on with the points at the moment. I don't know what's going on with the replays, but they've been like that for a while. So there you go. But yeah, red team taking a very early lead here. Oh, there's a shear. Hello. With taking out 2 destroyers and a battleship. Both teams do have a cap right now. It's like Simple is trying to do what he can to prevent this cap from getting taken. He finally realizes he needs to back out of the island instead of full throttling into it. I think he's trying to move the island with him. AP out on the shear though from 10 kilometers, and oh, 8 ricochets as the shear managed to close the gap in time. Am I incorrect? Does he not have a secondary build? I thought that 10-kilometer range was his. No, he does not have a secondary build. Ah, I was getting it mixed up with his airstrike range. So this is a, I guess, main battery build? Karl XIV Johann? Fascinating, fascinating, simple. Another good thing about the Karl XIV Johann, you can play it one of many ways, so I do like that about it as well. Alright, so guns out on the shear, and gets a couple of decent hits that time. 2 pins and 2 overpins. But now the Charles 43 is running up on him. And he's still eyeing the shear here, waiting for him to make a move. Charles 43, he has to deal with the North Carolina first, which North Carolina is giving him a lot of side. So that's concerning. Alright, HE out on the shear. Alright, AP out on the Charles 43 from the North Carolina. Looks like it did a little bit of something. Hello, Mr. Palmer, just peeping around the corner here. We got a peeping Tom here, boys. Alright, 1 rack out, 2 rack out. Gives the second rack a little bit of a lead in case the Palmer decides to throttle up. Yeah, that Palmer's going down here. He might, looks like he's just going to throw some HE in his face, and that should do it. If he can hit his superstructure, he barely squeaks on by there. Ah, but it looks like the shells hit the belt instead of the superstructure, so the Palmer lives to fight for a few more minutes at least. North Carolina finally bites into the Charles 43, but only takes him down to triple digits. Looks like he is going to be taken out, though, by the rest of the friendly team. But that North Carolina is going down, too. So finally some red ships are going down with the green ships. And there goes the North Carolina. Not at an overly favorable rate, but at least they are sinking some of the red ships. Oh, hi, Benson. You got some torpedoes to worry about. Okay, Shear is backing up into that island. Black does take out the Benson. Okay. So they finally lose another destroyer. Okay, that Pommern is still around here, so we have to worry about him. And Shears looks like he's just going to try and cap that, but looks like the York or the Boise is getting some shells in on him. And Simple's looking for that Pommern. He was very low. Obviously, he could have popped a heal by now, but Pommern doesn't have that good of a heal, so there's still a very good chance he can take him out. Shear does take out a York. So that's unfortunate. Green team's already down to 6 ships at this point, while red team's only lost 4 ships. They still have 8 ships remaining. Never mind. There are 5 green ships left alive at this moment. Alright, Simple sends a torp spread out in front and behind the island in case the Palmer decides to change which direction he's heading. Oh, correction, there are 4 ships left alive at this moment by the... Not even before the 10-minute mark, boys. We just crossed the 8-minute mark. This is crazy. Red team is up over, getting to be over 400 points to the green team right now. Although it looks like Simple will be... never mind. Never mind. There goes the Boise. Alright, Simple should be killing the Shear here. Yeah, that's HE. Does the trick though. Sets a fire. He damage comes the fire. One of these secondaries should get him here. And there we go. Alright. So now there are 3 ships left alive on the friendly side to the red team's, well, 7 ships that are still up. So, yeah. 3 versus 7. At least there's 3 of them. Alright, so Cyclone has rolled in, though, so this should buy him and his 2 compadres a little bit more time. Although it looks like this Lepanto and this Mass are, well... Given what I know about Massachusetts, that Lepanto is probably about to go down. Although there's a friendly Kronstadt left up to help the friendly Lepanto, so maybe they got it. That is my Discord and not yours. Okay, so there's Palmer, courtesy of the Kronstadt radar. While he can't see him, the minimap will update if you do radar someone during a cyclone, or if you hydra them during a cyclone as well. Well, as long as they're spotted, it will update on the minimap. Is this a carrier game? Oh, no, but someone's got... oh, there's a Kearsarge left on the enemy team. So that doubly sucks. Oh, there we go. Lepanto takes out the... I'm sorry, Kearsarge takes out the Lepanto, but the Kronstadt takes out the Massachusetts. So, boys, we now have a 2v6. They are outnumbered 3-1. Simple, and this random Kronstadt. Who's the random Kronstadt? Easy game. Okay. Well, they are going to have to put on their back braces if they want to salvage this. Okay, here's the Palmer though. HE in the tubes, aiming for the superstructure. Sets a fire, gets them down to 11k HP, bringing the rear turrets around. Simple does still have most of his HP remaining, and he still has 4 heals up as well. Takes out the Palmer's torps. AP coming for the Palmer. Yeah, showing way too much ankle there. It does throw AP into the tubes now. This should be an easy kill on the Palmer here. Just chunk him in the upper armor belt. There we go. It does pop Hydro just in case the Palmer repaired his torps and got some out. Looks like he is clear for the moment, though. So now is a 2v5. Of course, we have no idea what situation the Kearsarge is in as far as the HP goes. There's still a Lightning, a Christopher, a Gambia, and a Nagato left up on the red side. And Kronstadt's a pretty good boat for 2019. Against the Kearsarge, though, as you can see, some others are piling on top of him right now. Not sure how long he can last, which is why Simple is heading out to him at this moment. So they have a couple things to overcome here. One, they are at a 400... Oh, there's something in here with them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're at a 400-point disadvantage. So, with the time remaining, I think they have to sink everything if they want a chance. Oh, it's not the Gambia. Someone else is in here. But the Gambia has just rolled up on him for some reason. That's a wise decision. Rolling up on a battleship and a light cruiser. There goes almost 9k of his HP along with the fire on him. There's some destroyer in here. His Hydra is up, so he's just on the northern cusp of the cap. There's the torps. Alright, Hydro caught that. Gambia doesn't know how Hydro works. Doesn't matter if he puts his smoke up, it's not going to work. And AP, this should go right through his nose, and it does. Hello, Christopher. It is you in the cap, Christopher Robin. Okay, so interesting maneuver here, letting your cruiser deal with the battleship all by its lonesome while you sit there. He did throw some torps at him, so I will give him that. Alright, so Christopher, I'm assuming, if he's smart, he's going to play Ring Around the Rosie here with Simple, and just keep him tied up as Kearsarge kills the Kronstadt. Alright, there goes the Christopher, because the Hydro did run out. He's still, of course, there. We just don't know exactly where he's at the moment. Okay, again, if you're the Christopher, play Ring Around the Rosie. Oh yeah, Lightning and Kearsarge are... Oh! Kronstadt gets a secondary kill on the Kearsarge. Look at that. And now the Lightning's out there all by his lonesome. Simple pumping up his teammate. It's now a 2v3. So you got the Lightning, the Christopher, and then the Nagato. Although again, there's still... See, the thing is, while they hold this cap... while the enemy team is contesting this cap, I should say, their points lead is growing. Hey, Kronstadt got the Lightning out too. Okay, they're still 200 points behind, and again, they are gaining the red. What are you doing, Christopher? What are you doing, Christopher Robin? Okay, pretty good hits there. 7 pins, 1 fire. Christopher instantly damacons that, pops a smoke. 2 sets of torps out on the Christopher. 50 seconds till his Hydro's up. If I'm that Christopher, I am Wing out of there as hard as I can. Now, the problem, of course, is that the Kronstadt's all the way down at the J line. It's going to take him a second to get back up here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god. What? What? What logic is behind that? You knew he was there. You knew he was pushing up. Just keep going around the island. Oh my god. Alright, so they're not out of the woods yet. 5 minutes still remain on the clock. They only have 1 cap. Red team is once again still gaining points, even though they do have the A cap. Okay, Cyclone's passing now. This Nagato, we have no idea what shape he's in. Kronstadt's still way the hell out of the game. And they still have a 220 point deficit on the enemy team. Which means they either have to kill this Nagato in 5 minutes, or they have to take the B cap and the C cap. And at that point, that's going to be very close. Keep in mind, he's not even in the B cap just yet. Even once they take the B cap, they will only start to catch up on points. They won't really start to catch up on points until they take the B and the C cap. Because again, we're talking about an over 220 point differential here at this moment. And again, the red team's still gaining a lead. So once he steps into this B cap, they're going to equalize the points gain, meaning that the red team's no longer gaining points on them. So that'll be a bit of a reprieve. But again, we only have 4 minutes left on the clock. It's going to take him a minute to cap this cap. It's going to take him another probably a minute or two to get to the C cap. So I don't know if they can get it on points alone. Okay, if this Nagato's smart, he's going to A10. Or like he's picking a spot around C to defend C from. Oh, he's full HP too. Great, full HP Nagato. 4 minutes left on the clock. Ah, rather than go to the A10 line or run away from the enemy team, dude is going full tilt into the enemy team. There's the Kronstadt AP. Get some good hits there. This unfortunately is going to reset Simple here, but I think capping's out of the equation at this point. They have to kill this guy in 3 minutes. Which, with a Kronstadt and a Karl XIV, shouldn't be that too tall of an order. Actually, this guy is just selling broadside onto the Kronstadt, who just got high caliber, by the way. Alright, torpedoes out. He's just letting him chunk him. Okay. And he has HE loaded. Fascinating ammunition choice in the Nagato. And he's just going to keep selling in, isn't he? He's not going to touch his rudder. There's Confederate for Simple. Oh my god. What is this guy doing? Wow. I question many things about the player base. Quite often. And this is why. This Nagato just threw away a win. Could have gone north and just won, but nope. He sells straight into Simple's torps, giving him Kraken, and turning. This team managed to turn a 4-ship kill lead and a 200 and something point lead into a loss. Fellas, it's okay to win on points. It's okay to win without having done a whole lot of damage. Winning is winning. Losing is losing. And throwing a 6-ship lead is crazy. So Simple wound up with 2200 base XP, 5 ships sunk. Our fellow hero in the Kronstadt wound up 2009 base XP, 4 ships sunk. These two sunk 9 of the 12 enemy ships. And where's our Nagato buddy at? Well, I think this explains some things. 181 XP. I bet you most of that's from throwing HG at our Kronstadt buddy over here. But my god, why are people like this? I don't get it. I truly don't get it. This was an easy win for that Nagato. It was an easy win for the half of the team that was still alive, 4 minutes ago. But the player base never ceases to amaze. I will leave it at that. Let me know what you guys think about this replay in the comments down below. If you have an absurd throw like this, or better yet, an absurd comeback, please let us see that. You can send that replay file to the email linked in the description down below. Hope you guys enjoy. Have a wonderful Sunday. Wonderful rest of your weekend. Hope to catch you guys next one.